Everyone, and thanks for joining me here today. My name is Gavin. I'm part of the sales team here at StorageCraft. And in today's webinar, what we're running through is the new StorageCraft cloud services pooling. So what we've had recently is an update on the StorageCraft cloud services, and we've introduced pooling or pooled storage. So today what I'll run you through is quickly how it works and also the benefits for you as one of our partners. So just running through the agenda, we'll talk about some goals of why we've introduced the cloud pooled storage, what's changed, how pooling works, tiering changes, how to convert to the new pooling model, and also finally the value for our partners. Let's quickly discuss the goals. So the goals, there's really two main reasons why we've introduced StorageCraft cloud pooling. The first one, we've introduced it to simplify the offering for managed service providers. Previously, what we've had and what I'll show you later is we have multiple different retention tiers. We also had an overage price. So if you go over your terabyte per machine that you were allocated, there was also a cost on top of that. So what we've done is going down, moving from the 4 retention tiers, we've gone down to a single default recovery point level. Plus, you can also add more for flexibility. And also we've lowered our overage price. So if you do go over, there's a single set price. The second reason why we've introduced cloud pooling is to increase opportunities for partners. Essentially what we've done is enabled partners to go after either larger machines or larger customers also. What this means for yourselves is that there's no kind of limitation to who you can go after when you're looking at offering disaster recovery as a service with the StorageCraft cloud. So let's discuss what has actually changed. The main thing really is the pooling support. So each machine in the cloud, each machine that you put in the StorageCraft cloud gets a terabyte pooled. Pooling is also done at the MSP level, at the partner level, so not at the customer level. So if you have, for example, two customers and they each have 2 machines up, the MSP as a total get 4 terabytes to share across the customers. There is now a default recovery point setting, so there's no longer any different retention tiers, just one single tier, and you have the option to add more recovery points. So what else is happening? New MSPs get the pooled pricing only. So if you aren't already a MSP with us or haven't already accepted the agreement for the StorageCraft cloud services, you'll only get access to the pooled pricing. And existing MSPs, so if you've accepted the cloud services, don't have any customers up there yet, or if you do have machines already up there, you get to choose when you want to move across, and I will show you how to do that just a bit later on. Finally, moving is a one-time, one-way action, and it's for all customers. So you can't have some customers on the old model, some customers on the new model. It's for every single customer that you have. Let's talk about how cloud pooling actually works. So pooling, as I mentioned, it's done at the MSP level, and also with the pooling, it's done at the service level too. So we have 3 different service levels: Cloud Basic, Plus, and Premium. Basic is just for archiving or just storing your data in the StorageCraft cloud. Plus is for file and folder recovery. Premium, which the majority of our customers are on, enables you to virtualize all your servers in the StorageCraft cloud in a matter of minutes. So all the machines that you do have as an MSP, all your customers, you get a total pool for Cloud Basic, a total pool for Cloud Plus, and a pool for Cloud Premium to share amongst all your customers. So let's say in this scenario, so we're looking at kind of Cloud Premium on this particular case. Customer has 5 machines on Cloud Services Premium. What they do get on the right-hand side is just a simple pooled storage. So altogether, they get 5 terabytes amongst those customers. In the bottom example where we actually had added space, you see all these machines, M1 all the way through to M5, and if you notice, M5 is 3 terabytes. So the total size of all these 5 servers is 4.35 terabytes. So on the old model, what you would have had is that M5 server on the older model, it would have had 2 terabytes worth of overage allocated to it because it's over the 1 terabyte limit. With the new pooling model, and what we've moved to is that because all these machines are allocated a terabyte each to be pooled amongst, that means that the total capacity, which is 4.35, is under the total allocated of 5 terabytes. Therefore, you don't have to pay any overage. Let's talk about the tiering changes. So what we've done is move from multiple tiers, so 4 different tiers. So if you look in the little blue box, the old version, to just a single tier with the option to add more recovery points. What we've done this is essentially to simplify the process of everything. Previously, we would have to discuss what service level you want, basic, plus, or premium, and also what tier level you want, 1, 2, 3, or do you want to choose your own? With this new one, it's simply you want to be on the cloud services. This is what you get. You get 3 daily recovery points and also 2 weekly recovery points. If you do want to add more, you can feel free to add more recovery points as required. But let's talk about how to actually convert to pooling. And it is very, very easy to convert to the pooling model. If you are on the old version, what you'll see on your screen when you log in, click on Cloud Services, you'll see that big red button, which is Cloud Pooling Model. Click on that, accept the agreement, click yes, and all your accounts, all the machines will be converted to the StorageCraft Cloud Pooling Model. If you don't actually see that up there, which means you'll already be on the cloud pooling, so that may be because you accepted the agreement after we introduced the pooling model, which means, as I mentioned before, you only automatically get assigned to the cloud pooling. So finally, let's talk about the value for the partners. And we've already quickly kind of run through most of these. The first thing, partners go after large customers. And the simple fact is, previously, because of our limitation of it was a terabyte per server, and if you went over a terabyte, you have to pay a per gig overage. Because we've removed this, we've moved this 1 terabyte limitation per server and instead made a pool. For yourselves, as a reseller, as a managed service provider of StorageCraft, you can go after a whole range of larger customers. Because saying that, I mean, the average size of all your machines may be 200, 300 gigs, but there will always be that, one machine, the one file server, the archive file server, which may be 2, 3, 4, 5 terabytes. This allows you to go over to these customers. They may be archiving medical data, archiving, videos, graphics, whatever it may be. You can go after them. It also allows partners to put larger machines up the cloud. As I mentioned, the average size of a customer's machines might be 200 gigs, but they'll always have that one archive server which they do need to put up because they do consider it critical to their business. This means that you can put that machine up and know that you'll still fall under that threshold or allocated space if they have, say, 5 servers, 6 servers up there. The next thing for all the partners out there, simplified billing and less admin work. What that means is, from a billing perspective, you don't have to worry about the overage as much. There is still an overage cost if any of you do go over the allocated space, the allocated pool storage. The likelihood of this happening, though, is very small. So for yourself, simplified billing, you don't have to worry about this overage cost like previously, where if that one server went over, you'd have to then bill out. You don't have to worry about, should I charge this person, blocks of space or whatnot. If you want to charge them for overage, you still can, but between StorageCraft and yourself as a partner, we're not going to charge you for that because it's an allocated pool to storage. Next, there's also less admin work, less chasing around, less having to worry about which server has how much data and this is this much data, because you know that from StorageCraft's perspective and what we built you, it's still well under the threshold. Finally, single retention for simplicity with the option to add more when required. As I mentioned, with this, what it means for yourself, especially for the sales guys, there's not as much complexity in talking to the customers about this is what you need and these are your different options. If you want this for this level for this level, or if you want more, you can just say, this is the one option. If you as a partner want to add more, recovery points. As I said, you can add it more for just a small cost per recovery point. So that's pretty much it for today's webinar. What we've covered off is the new StorageCraft Cloud Services pooling. For the pooling, what it's going to provide a much simplified and simpler process for offering cloud services and disaster recovery as a service to your customers. Thank you to everyone for joining me here today. If you do have any questions, feel free to send an email, sales@storagecraft.com.au, or give us a call, 02-8061-4444. Thanks everyone for joining me here today. I hope you have a great day.